Today, I have a special message for the education entrepreneurs out there. My name's Chris Badgett. I'm the CEO and co founder of LifterLMS, which is a learning management system for WordPress. And today, I wanted to talk with you about what's going on in our world and how we are uniquely positioned to help as education entrepreneurs. I'm a empathetic person with a high degree of empathy. It's one of the reasons why I choose to live in the country, and I maintain a sort of an introverted lifestyle. I go out, I go to conferences, I do stuff, but there's something about my personality and my person where I feel the emotions of those around me. I even pick it up through the internet. That's what being an empath is all about. And I discovered that about myself much later in life. But with what's going on in the world out here and happening with the coronavirus and the economic repercussions of that, I feel into the world a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of confusion, a lot of frustration, sadness. The emotional state right now of the world is very heavy, and um, we are, as education entrepreneurs, able to step in and really help and lead right now. And we're different. We're highly strategic people. We're creative problem solvers. We're futurists. We are into personal development and working on ourselves. We are opportunists. We are fast starts. And we have what I call despair endurance. And what I mean by that is, as an entrepreneur, specifically an education entrepreneur, you've probably already gone through significant sacrifice and struggle to bring your business online, or the early days, and perhaps you're still in it. But that despair endurance is an uncommon characteristic that entrepreneurs share. If you dig deep inside the story of any entrepreneur, you'll often find what I call the trough of despair. All that means as a benefit today is that you have put in the reps and the sets, and you're conditioned to handle a little adversity more than some other personality types and people out there in the world. So we're a little different. And as entrepreneurial leaders, specifically in the education sector, there's a difference between being a peacetime leader and a crisis time leader. And one's not better than the other, but they're different. They're similar, but they're different. There's a different approach in times of crisis. There is different messaging we need to use when we're communicating, especially just in talking to our people or doing marketing and sales in a time of crisis, or inspiring our team. There's also the necessary quality in a crisis time to flatten the hierarchy inside your company. Now, you may just be a solo operator, or you may have some people that help you, but never before, like in times of crisis, is it important for leadership qualities to exist across the team and for people to be able to make decentralized decisions. As long as we're on more or less the same page from a strategy standpoint and what our goals are and what we're trying to do. In this crisis time, there is an enemy. There is a force that we rally against. That's the COVID-19 coronavirus. It is also the dark side of humanity where, as time goes on and if the economy continues to struggle, there are problems out in the world that need to be solved. We need to keep humanity strong, keep them reskilling, and keep parents going well, keep kids educating at home, keep people who are in career transition able to discover new ways of revenue and taking care of themselves economically. We need to support governments and health systems in their attempts to stabilize the situation. And The biggest enemy is really inside of us. It is victimhood. That's where we get into blaming external factors, political leaders, other people out in society, and really just kind of retreating into the story of victimhood. And that can be very paralyzing, even for an education entrepreneur, where all that energy that you have as a problem solver, as a creative person, gets tied up into, um, you know, blaming others and also numbing behaviors like drugs, alcohol, news addiction, and media distraction addiction like Netflix and so on. Those things aren't bad. All those are fine in moderation, but it's easy to start slipping. Now, I think I heard somewhere that entrepreneurs are 3% of the population. Um, General, if you were to take 100 people, 3 of them would have this kind of entrepreneur personality type. And it's not better or worse. We're just different. And, like my grandfather used to say, it takes all kinds to make a world. But if you're here and you're an education entrepreneur, there's some things that are special about you that you may not have full awareness of that I want to talk about. And especially in these challenging times, small business, what we create, these very small businesses creating courses and membership sites or serving others who do that, if you're like a WordPress freelancer or agency owner or consultant, we create a big part of the economic engine. Small business is the economic engine of society. Yes, big businesses and Fortune 500 companies play a part, but there's a lot of the global economy that ticks along based on small businesses. So it's times like these where we shine. We have to step back first, which is what I'm doing with you right now, to get a little perspective, get a little 30,000 foot view. And we have to step up. We have to lead. We have to make the transition and do the soul searching to go from peacetime leader to crisis time leader. And I know you're capable of it, but it takes a little bit of mindset shift. We have to create value out of nothing. This is what entrepreneurs do. These are what courses are. These are what online communities are. They all start with a seed in the mind of an entrepreneur. If you're going to serve this online education industry, you have to put an offering together. You have to put together a value proposition and a process to create value for people. This is where we create value out of nothing, and you are uniquely qualified to do that. And we have to work on the world's problems. We have to solve them. And these are, my ask of you today to become a crisis time leader as an education entrepreneur. True leadership is an inside out job. It starts with you. It starts with, continuing to take care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your spirit, steering clear of victimhood and blaming behavior. It involves you making the decision and the commitment to lean in. It goes out to our family. We have to keep our cool. We have to scenario plan. We have to respect and take care of our elders, especially those at more advanced risk profiles. We need to model strength like we do for our teams and our companies. We need to do that for our family. We need to model giving up individual freedom to protect everybody. This is part of what we're being called to do right now. So when it comes to the world and how we operate in society as education entrepreneurs, we have to have our eyes wide open to try to get down to base reality and not operate under a lot of assumptions or models, mental models that are breaking down around us. We have to leverage social media in a healthy way. We have to cut things that aren't working or that are not serving us to make the space to do what we need to do. We need to empathize with small business owners. We need to empathize with the hourly worker who is being disrupted, especially in certain industries, and figure out how we can help solve their problems and create new opportunities for them in a rapidly changing world. We need to care for our team. We need to make sure that they're set up for success, that the additional stress and pressure that they have, that we are accommodating and operating with a level of grace. And we need to give. We need to give. We need to be active in community service. We need to give to our customers. We need to give to our prospective customers. We need to give to the public. We need to keep marketing and selling. We need to do this in a graceful way. We need to keep the economic engine going and contributing to the global economy and creating opportunities that help some of the economy thrive. We need to digitize. You are an expert, if you're seeing this video probably, of going digital services, digital communications, digital products. These are skills in hot demand right now. We need to get our minds in a really good space. What we need to do is we need to move forward and make progress. We need to be confident, and we need to have a mindset shift as education entrepreneurs. It's not about us making money online, building digital course or membership site businesses or a WordPress LMS freelancer or agency business. This is important, and I'm not saying it's bad, but if we prioritize helping others get results in transformation online through the internet, through courses, through training-based membership sites, through online coaching, through online community, when we prioritize the transformation of the end learner or client, this is where the real value is created. And in a rapidly changing world, we need to focus on, a particular person, a particular type of person, and the problem they're experiencing and how that's changing right now. Conferences are being shut down. Many of them are already gone. Those can still go on in a virtual sense. The conference speaker can still, as an individual, get their message out and inspire and teach and sell training online. It can still happen. Teachers at all levels can go virtual, and many of them are, but they need help. They need help from people like you. Even restaurant owners can get creative. They can, teach what their signature dishes are. People are going to be at home. Like maybe they could make cooking courses and things like that. There's a lot of creativity out there. Massage therapists can teach people who are stressed out at home how to, do the basics of massage. I don't know, but if you're anything like me, but I get professional massages and then I do, amateur massages at home. And, learning from a massage therapist is something I'd love to do to, just get the basics down to be a little bit better at that. Health entrepreneurs, there's a lot of stress and opportunity for people at home to, work on their health systems, given the constraints of what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do and resources and everything like that. They need help from healers that can help bring people into a better light. And in the physical form, gym trainers, people that work with athletics can help work on this problem of all these people at home who need to either maintain or even better get in better shape during these times. Coaches, mentors, advisors of all kind need to figure out how to go digital if their in-person offices are no longer functioning. And there's all kinds of industries being disrupted: the wedding industry, the vacation industry, the travel, the hospitality industry, the entertainment industry. They need entrepreneurs' help in solving the problem. Some solutions will be obvious, some will will be more creative, and there is a big opportunity right now. And as we can see, the homeschool industry, kids at home, is in need of help. I see it on social media where people are asking, "Hey, what do I do with my kids?" There's a big opportunity to provide resources for parents who are training their kids at home or looking for online resources to help with that. So I'm not your guru here. I'm just your guide. Um, I'm from Chris Badgett from LifterLMS. I run a remote software company. I homeschool my kids, and I've been used to working online for um, almost a decade. And the world is coming very fast and heavy into into this world. And when it comes to education, there's a big opportunity here for people to step up and serve. And there's great change coming, and with that is disruption. And I want to encourage you to think four-dimensionally through time: before, during, and after. So before, I'm talking to you in this video before the coronavirus really spikes in the United States, where I am. What's it going to be like? What's it like now? Before, what's it going to be like during the peak of the pandemic times? And what's the world going to be like after? Forever changed. Even if as stuff comes back, how's it going to be different? I see a trend. We've spent a lot of time in society outsourcing everything, moving to places where we have the most convenience. I see a trend coming where insourcing is, something to take a second look at. Like, how can you be more self-reliant and have, multiple income streams, have more control and education options, and all these things we're experiencing right now. I see a whole new movement of insourcing, the seeds of that being born. And, how can you do more online with, courses, coaching, community, training-based membership websites? We're in the middle of the great online education experiment right now. Everybody is, in a lot of the world is, K through 12, colleges, university. Everybody is coming online and trying to figure this out with Zoom and other technologies. So what happens as time goes on, and even after this is all over, when the world realizes the power, the scalability, the efficiency, the low cost, the low overhead, the not limited by geography variables that make up the online education ecosystem? This online learning thing has been around for a long time, but it is going mainstream in a big way right now. And afterwards, the economies of what's going on now, the economy is going to be different. We are looking like we're heading into an economic recession. There are businesses that are going to be disrupted, and some will unfortunately have to close their doors. There's going to be a need for reskilling of the job market. Culturally, after this is over, there's going to be I call it an energy slingshot, where all these people are going to come out into a world that is different with desires. They need to find new work, new jobs. They might want to do travel and entertainment in a different way. They might want to do school in a different way. How culturally can you as an education entrepreneur prepare for that? What's a world look like where all of a sudden it's no longer really a fringe thing, but almost everyone has some experience with online education, where essentially rather than a few power users in a community, almost everybody has some way kind of done some online learning. How's the world going to be different? So I'm going to create a model for you where, just as an education entrepreneur, at the center, leadership is an inside out job, is I need you to take care of yourself. I need you to take care of your family. I need you to be looking out for your community. And on the outside of this, there is the opportunity. And I want you to explore that with your unique and special skill set on how you can contribute to the economy and be in service and add value to others out in the world. So this is a grassroots movement opportunity for the education entrepreneurs out there from the bottom up. A new reality is upon us, and the world needs you. There is a course inside all of us. Let yours out. Help others let theirs out. It's time to gear up. And as an education entrepreneur, I'm here to support you. The LifterLMS team is here to support you. Reach out, connect with us, stay strong, stay healthy, and together, let's lift up others through education.